basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. For the Miami Heat, they're coming off a loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
So here's Miami's starting group. Rose is out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's Garnett. Then there's Okafor. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the small forward. Rose goes in. And that one's good.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse. Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Okafor kicks to Rose. Garnett left side. From 11 feet away. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Here's Garnett. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And it's the Pacers ball. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Eric Spoelstra. He said a big part of their focus defensively will be on trying to contain Rudy Gay, adding he presents some challenges because he can shoot over the top and also he's a tremendous finisher inside. We've got to force him to that left hand, but I'm hoping we won't have to double too much because they have plenty of other guys who can knock it down. Kevin, the challenges are full.
Thanks, Doris. And Indiana making a change here. Barnes is checked in.
And guys, as we all know, Kevin Garnett is one of the very best power forwards ever to play the game. I mean, he was passed by Tim Duncan last year for total rebounds by active players. Still an amazing statistic among many for KG, a future Hall of Famer.
Here's Antetokounmpo following the basket by Stephen Curry. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Here's Okafor, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Okafor's got his first points of the night. For Indiana, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And for KG, the last 3 seasons have obviously been very, very tough. His injuries and declining athleticism have led to down numbers really across the board.
Yeah, I mean, his role now has transformed. He's more of a clubhouse leader, a mentor to the up-and-comers, an extra coach, if you will, in game and on the sideline.
And the dunk by Towns.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He averages a bit over 6 points a game.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Curry with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Curry against Rose. Curry passes to Towns. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Okafor. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And he gets it to go.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Curry gets the bucket.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
Wiggins outside. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. From the high post, that's good.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Indiana leading. Pacers didn't have the year they wanted to last season. Still, their defense was right near the top. They kind of hang their head on their dunk.
Exactly. I mean, that is what this team's culture is all about, defense. And even in a down year, they were very hard to play against for other teams.
Last outing for Indiana, they won that game against the Boston Celtics. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Tries again. It's blocked. Rose against Curry. On the pass again. There's the triple. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year. They'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year. And as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Embiid, he's checked in for Towns. Shumpert comes in for Rudy Gay. Roberson, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Lowry in for Steph Curry. Here's Lowry, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Embiid the screen. Shumpert dishes to Robertson. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Lowry kicks to Barnes. Rebound by Smith.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And Lowry gets it to go.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Now here's Okafor. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game, and the shot is good.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. Only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
And Miami making a change here. Jennings is checked in. It's taken away by Smith. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Jennings gets to Okafor. Heat moving the ball around. Evans with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. The dish to Turner. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Lowry. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Here's Embiid. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the replay center out in Secaucus delivering the footage. And guys, it sure looks like the shot left his hands just a moment too late.
Yeah.
And a chance to hear from point guard Kyle Lowry about the chemistry of this Raptors team. They're all pulling. The question is whether or not it's making a difference for the Raptors. Does it make Kyle Lowry any better? Do they just give it more time?
You know, you could argue it both ways, Kevin, because it's worked both ways. I mean, teams that couldn't stand one another have won rings, and so have tight-knit groups who were really close. So there's really no magic formula. I think there's a little bit of art to go with the science in it.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
We've got Rudy Gay, Lowry out there with J.R. Smith, and it's Green, and it's Towns, and it's Simon. That's the Pacers' foul. Gay, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Curry's checked in for the Pacers. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for the Heat. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Brandon Jennings. The Indiana Pacers had a solid season last year, given they were without their star for most of it. They played well at home.
Yeah, even without Paul George, they were in contention. How about 23-18 at home, which is really a solid mark when you consider they didn't have their 2 best players from a season ago.
It's stolen by Curry. And the shot is good. Curry's got 8. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. how it's been going for the Pacers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
In the corner, Smith with it. Three-pointer. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And it's a 10-point Indiana lead.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning. Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Smith outside. He feeds it to Curry. His three-pointer's off the mark. What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor, Clark. He cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up to adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar.
For Miami, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working on. Punches it down.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Pacers leading by 9. Smith the pass to Curry. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. He dishes it to Towns. Puts up the baby hook. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Towns has got 10 points.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here that they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key there. Getting point-blank looks time and time again. And you know what? He's just not on his game. The deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
The Heat trail by 13. Outside Rose. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Towns. Harrison Barnes comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Andre Robertson in for Smith. Then for the Heat, Okafor comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Ish Smith in for Rose.
I tell you what, he's going to put that one in the scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up the lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Curry. And Miami also making a switch. Turner's checked in. Evans against Barnes. Evans dishes to Smith. It's stolen by Green. And Robertson kicks to Lowry. Pass to Barnes. Takes a 3. No good. And Miami the other way now. 1:43 left to play here in the second quarter. Evans with it. Now Green defending. Picked by Okafor. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
Some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed, dignified young man. And just he has an air about him.
And Indiana making a change here. Shumpert's checked in. And Miami with a change here, too. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Wiggins. And it's Evans missing. Pacers leading by 13. The drive by Lowry. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Okafor with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Evans has got it. Good. Evans has got his second basket of the night.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo Soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a glimmer?
I'm going to let it slide.
And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more Clark assertive on the court.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
Evans goes in. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. Just hasn't been able to get it going. Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
43 seconds left to play in the first half. Lowry against Jennings. Kicks it out to Evans. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. And it's 7 points for Tyreke Evans. And it's Shumpert penetrating. Comes up empty down low. The Heat trail by 13. Jennings passes to Smith. It's rebounded by Indiana. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that.
And the first half is now in the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was where they really opened things up. They were by far the stronger team both defensively and when they had the ball. Their 13-point halftime lead, no accident. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Pacers?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, there's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Kenny, what'd you think about Miami?
Can this team please get...
And that's it.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Miami, Antetokounmpo is out there with Garnett. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Rose, and it's Okafor in at the 5 down low. It's stolen by Green. And here we go with Green. Nobody back.
Almost intimidating defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there. Okafor.
And that one's good.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Indiana leading by 12. It's Curry with the drive. And Okafor with the block. Rose against Smith. The feed to Antetokounmpo. Knocked away. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay. The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
Here's Wiggins. 5 points in the game. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Wiggins has got 7.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Here's Smith. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in. The Heat trail by 10. Feeds to Okafor. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Smith outside. Here's Towns. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Miami grabs the miss. Okafor's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Indiana leading by 8. And the dunk by Towns.
Punches it down.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Rose kicks to Garnett. Passes it to Okafor. Puts up the baby hook. It's rebounded by Indiana. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight. Curry dishes to Smith. Back to Curry. No good. And the Heat going the other way now. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. Antetokounmpo passes to Garnett. Good ball movement here by Miami. Smith against Wiggins. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. J.R. Smith picks one up.
Well, it didn't take long for us to see just how explosive Andrew Wiggins can be in the air. I mean, had a handful of huge dunks throughout the course of the season. He's going to make a lot of posters during his NBA career.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for the Pacers. The Heat also changing it up. Turner's checked in for Okafor. Evans comes in for Kevin Garnett. And it's Ish Smith in for Derrick Rose. Green kicks to Curry. And the bucket counts. And he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play. Greg, you're right. It's clear to see with Wiggins. He is already fearless with his dunks. Clark, he'll go right at any big man with impunity and finish over him.
Yeah, and I think people knew he was a special dunker, but they didn't know how aggressive he would be in attacking the basket. That's where he surprised folks.
Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Wiggins.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school.
Rising up and hammering it home. That could be just what they need to pick their energy up.
Wow, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that for man. Oh, man, was that
And no
fun.
doubt about it, guys. That's one of those plays that will pick up his teammates. A lot of times, a play like that is just what you need to get the adrenaline flow for your team.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Barnes, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. Jennings dishes to Antetokounmpo, and he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
The Pacers making a switch here. Shumpert's checked in. Prior to last season, Giannis was experimenting with the point guard position for stretches. during the summer league.
Well, you know, Kevin, he's just the type of guy whose size and length really allow him to guard every position.
True.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here and he shattered the backboard.
Smith checked in for Indiana.
J.R. Smith.
.139 left here in the third quarter. Evans goes in. No good.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
A shot by Lowry. Wide open. No good from outside. The Heat trail by 11. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. Evans against Green. Evans goes in. Towns with the steal. And there's J.R. Smith on the assist by Barnes. Smith's got 5 now. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Dishes it to Barnes from past the arc. The rebound by Turner. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. The Heat trail by 12. Smith drawn the double team. It's stolen by Smith. Lowry drives in. Inside. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Smith kicks to Jennings. Right side Turner. Releases from 15. No luck.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And thanks again for joining us. Indiana leading by 12. Green is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Towns. Then there's Lowry. And it's Curry in at the 1. That's the Pacers' 5. Garnett with a screen on Curry. Evans attacking. Wiggins drawn the double team. Here's Rose. No good. So Indiana will take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Curry kicks to Gay. Curry against Wiggins. Outside Curry. Shot clock at 5. Green kicks to Towns. And it's good. The time running down in the shot clock. Towns has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Pacers. Pass to Okafor. Garnett the screen. Wiggins dishes to Garnett. Green with the rebound.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Lowry kicks to Towns. Outside Curry. The pass to Towns. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 9th assist in the game now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's Rose. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Towns, no luck.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
Pacers leading by 12. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Green passes to Curry. Indiana needs to get a shot off, and Towns gets it to go.
And, you know, back to D. Rose, he grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's south side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
The Pacers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Outside Curry. They set the screen. Kicks it to Smith. Uncovered. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Rose dishes to Wiggins. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Wiggins has got 10 points in just the second half. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Smith kicks to Towns. Green the screen. Towns the pass to Curry. There's the dish to Smith. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. 8 points for Smith.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
You know, for the Pacers last season with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He said their plan was to run their offense through Okafor. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Okafor with the steal. Outside, out of the Kumbo. Over to the wing. And it's Rose missing. As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
As a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year. And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
It's Curry with the drive.
How about Steph Curry in this one? He's got 13 points and a dozen assists.
And guys, he's been making play after play on both ends of the floor.
No let up in it. And that's mindset. That's not just physical tenacity, but that's a mental tenacity, too, that he brings to the court. He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
The Heat trail by 13.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Indiana.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Well, the ball movement was good. The player movement was excellent, and you only get assists when guys make shots.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year. So tonight they'll make it 46.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the coach.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Terrence. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
A different look for Miami. Turner's checked in for Garnett. Ish Smith comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and it's Jennings in for Rose. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game time. Smith kicks to Green. The 10-footer. That doesn't go either for Green. And it's the Heat with the ball. They trail by 11. Here's Okafor. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Curry attacking. And it's Green shooting it down.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're losing by 11. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know, I think he's just trying to send his team a message, you know, not willing to give up on this game just yet. Just trying to instill that fight in this group.
Yeah, hey, I'm all for giving messages and teaching lessons, and I respect that, but at some point, if it's over, it's over. I mean, you need to be looking at the next one. This one's done. Forget about it. Let's move on.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had...
Well, Rudy, congratulations.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny Smith.
They asked an awful lot tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big bucket, he was the guy they turned to, and he delivered, like I said. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He did not shy away from the moment.
Things haven't been pretty for them lately, but his performance in this win is definitely a step in the right direction. He wanted this one badly. You could tell that right off the bat. He put his game into another gear and was playing angry tonight, fellas.
And, folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a...
Dynamic duo. 운전한 입조차 쉽고 일 없어. 잠 못 들던 그때보다 조금은 일었어. 우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 부딪히면서 배워서 넘어질 때마다 일어서 다시 고쳤었지. 이력서는 무심 성공의 신바람. 잠시나마 물어봤던 사람 한 곳도 책은 나기 전에 그림자처럼 날 따라온 비바람. 시기 질투 기대 압박을 못 이긴 몇 번의 실축. 자만 나태함 속에 던졌던 말로 홈런을 맞는 실투 다 끝. 난가가 탔지만 우리 앞길을 막지 말라고 외치며 마음을 다잡곤 했었지. 진짜 한치 앞도 안 보이는 가시밭길에서도 절대 유턴 없이 잘 봐라 느리로 의지하면서 둘이 딱 붙어갔지. 비극 지극 기계 아프지만 지나가 보면 웃음 나오는 희극. 그래서
Being 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills. And I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. I been Steph Curry with the shot. Been with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pot, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. 0 to 100, real quick. Real quick. Real quick.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. The Pacers will play just this one game on the road before returning back to Indiana. And with the top record in the East, well, there's no doubt that this is a top-caliber team.
And this is a team they'll see a lot of, 4 times total this season. The first game went their way. We'll see if they can push it to a 2-0 lead tonight.
And guys, doing it here in the second game, again, would be huge. I mean, it would really establish them as the dominant figure, the dominant team in these matchups.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Rudy Gay is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's J.R. Smith. Then there's Towns. And it's Curry in at the 1. Now here's Gay. Shot clock at 5. Crowder with the steal. Towns with the steal. Green kicks to Towns. Tipped away. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Outside Curry. It's Gay on the wing. And that's an air ball. Not even close. On defense, the Pacers.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
Here's Barton. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about. But all around, the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yeah, third in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. First in the NBA in bench rebounding. And top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
Pass to Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Smith outside. The pass to Curry. 6 to shoot. No good. Good D by Drummond. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against Milwaukee. Nobody near Williams. Off target from 3-point range. Indiana off to a slow start. Still without a basket in the game.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Oh, man.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Now, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Mudiay can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was. It went overseas instead, so we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
Austin with the ball, following the miss by Draymond Green. Dishes to Barton. In the corner, Crowder with it. Drains the three-pointer. Crowder's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out. The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
And a fast break now for the Pacers. Green with the ball. The shot's good from Smith.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Now here's Moutier, guarded by Kirk. Picked by Williams. Kicks to Moutier. Puts up a three. And again, Boston with the triple. So the Pacers called timeout, their first of the game. The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Embiid, he's checked in for Towns. Barnes comes in for Rudy Gay. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Curry.
And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses were a close game.
Now here's Green, following the shot by Ray Allen. Lowry passes to Barnes. Embiid the screen, stolen by Allen. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. The open shot by Brewer. Draymond Green with the rebound.
Back up your point about the Celtics being in close games. I mean, their point differential on the year was less than where you would expect it to be for a team that made the playoffs. I mean, it really gives you an idea of how many close games they played.
Here's Payne, following the score by Indiana. The feed to Allen. Pass to Pachulia. Nice ball movement by Boston. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Brewer's got his first 3 points of the game.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Magic. Payne gets to Allen. There's the pick to the paint. Dishes it to Patterson. All alone. Here's Pachulia. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Here's Roberson, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
And Lowry gets it to go.
And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, I think that may be their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
Payne. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Celtics lead by 3. And we'll be back right after this. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very... I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks locked in his stockpile.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his second season, I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was to the NBA's game and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
It's just been a long-range battle for them and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
On the court right now for the Pacers, we've got Rudy Gay. Amon Shumpert is out there with Steph Curry. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Towns in at the 5 spot. Boston making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Now here's Moutier coming off a stellar performance against Milwaukee. They set the pick, And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul. Drummond, a screen. To the paint. Here's Williams. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
There's the bucket. Good. Towns has got it all tied up now for Indiana.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Moutier dishes to Drummond. Here's Barton. No good on the triple. Pacers shooting a magnificent 69% in this game.
Well, you know, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never give up attitude.
Here's Indiana, trailing by 2. Towns sets the pick for Curry. Down low, Barnes. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
Smith checked in for Amon Sheppard. And the shot's good from Crowder. Pacers trail by 3. Up top, Curry. 6 points for him. Feeds it to Barnes. Martin with the rebound.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Smith. Oh, and here comes Smith. All alone. And the shot is good. 8 points for Steph Curry.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean,
Curry with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Harrison Barnes, of course, went to North Carolina, grew up as a huge fan of former Tar Heel Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you know, interesting. His mother, years before he was born, his given name, Harrison Bryson Jordan Barnes. How about that for a factoid?
I didn't know. Now, here's Curry after the miss from Andre Drummond. Curry kicks to Gay. There's the screen. The dish now to Towns. Curry wide open. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Now here's Crowder. He's guarded closer. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Martin's got 6 points.
You know, huge height advantage there. But because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Towns. Green comes in for Barnes. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And it's Lowry in for Steph Curry. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. Pachulia kicks to Allen. He feeds it to Payne. He dishes it to Pachulia. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Allen. 1:36 left to play here in the half. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the back end.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
Pacers trail by 3. Smith kicks to Lowry. 1:11 left now here in the second. Out to Smith. All sorts of time. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists tonight.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit.
It's tipped. It's stolen by Smith. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. Here's Green. Outside for Lowry. Tries again. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without foul.
And part of the reason why the Celtics are ahead of schedule in the rebuild is because of Coach Brad Stevens. He has everyone on the same page.
You know what? You talk around the league about Coach Stevens, and other coaches are just astounded by his work ethic. People around the league think he's already a top coach. He could be one of the greats by the time he's done if he stays at the professional level.
Now, here's Brewer. Clock at 6. Shoots the 3. Green with the rebound. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Takes a 3. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Green's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Payne. And they get it. Shot is off.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. It's the Pacers.
Kevin, I'm here with Steph.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They had a nice burst of energy once they got to the second quarter and ended the half holding on to a 4-point lead. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
One strong area has been their work on the boards. When you're trying to get ahead in the score and stay there, it often comes down to a few extra possessions. That's why any extra rebounds can make a big difference. Now they have to come out in the second half and attack the glass with the same vengeance.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
You bring fans to the game with your offense. You win with defense. Right now, the
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Take a look at what Curry's done. He has 8 points. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Indiana leading by 4.
And the Pacers just missed out on the playoffs last year and would have to settle for 9th in the East. Hard for a team that has been so dominant in the East over recent seasons.
Moutier out there with Will Barton. Then it's Jay Crowder. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Williams at the power forward. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. And Towns gets it to go.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And for the Pacers against the East, they actually played the rest of the conference. Greg very well ended with a 28-24 record, Clark, against the East.
The only team, Kevin, in the East with a winning record against the rest of the conference not to make the playoffs. Only went 10-19 against the playoff teams in the conference.
It's stolen by Moutier. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Stolen by Gay. Curry passes to Smith. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Smith's got the lead up to 6 now for Indiana.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden.
Here's Barton. Off target from three-point range.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
That drops. Barton's got 8.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job. Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Celtics trail by 6. Moutier with the ball. He's got 5. Out to the right wing. Here's Crowder. Rebound by Smith.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Well, it's safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence Clark his entire career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
Shot clock at 5. Curry with the steal. Here's Gay. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Drummond dishes to Moutier. Drummond sets the screen for Moutier. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Williams. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Pacers. Mon Shumpert is coming for J.R. Smith. That's good.
And for Smith and his confidence, last year even he said he's on pace to be one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. So obviously not lacking in belief in his ability.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And not sure if I can agree with J.R. Smith's assessment that he'll be one of the greatest shooters of all time. But he's pretty deep into his career at this point. Maybe he's hoping for a Kyle Korver type of career after 30 years of age.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Pachulia, he's checked in for Drummond. Allen comes in for Barton. And it's Payne in for Moutier. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Crowder.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Here's Payne. And Patterson kicks to Allen. Pass to Payne. 4 on the clock. A 3. The shot will not go. Good work defensively by Lowry. Indiana leading by 10. Barnes with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Lowry kicks to Towns. Rebounded by the Celtics. Pachulia has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. It's Allen on the wing. A beautiful reverse layup. Allen's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
Well, last year for the Celtics, they weren't exactly world beaters at home. Still good enough, though, to get the job done.
Yeah, just a game over 500 here in Boston. Not great, but at least it was over 500 for a young up-and-coming team.
Brewer is checked in for Boston. Green with a screen on Allen. Back to Lowry. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Lowry's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pacers.
And, you know, for the Celtics at home, they were able to get wins by playing tough defense in front of their rabid fans. Their offense virtually the same as when they were on the road. The defense was the difference at home.
It's stolen by Lowry. Down low, Green. The rebound by Patterson. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Payne kicks to Patterson. No good. And Indiana will come the other way.
And as you said with the Celtics, it was the D at home that helped them get wins here. They'll want to be better than one game over 500 this season to get back into the postseason.
Now here's Payne. Now recovering. Now Payne. Jacks up a 3. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
And he nails the third. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Pacers lead by 7. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Indiana, Towns is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then there's J.R. Smith. And it's Gay in at the small forward position. Now here's Moutier. Patterson, the screen. It's Williams with the drive from down low. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Moutier pass to Barton. To the inside. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
And the Celtics making a change here. Crowder's checked in. Here's Moutier. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Stephen Curry.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And the second free throw, good. Pacers leading by 10. And Green now, top of the key. Back to Curry. Lets it go. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grip.
Now, here's Mudiay. Defense is right there. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That'll be his second foul of the game. And here is Curry. Smith outside. He kicks to Green. Gay right side. Crowder with the steal. Here's Mudiay. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Smith. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pacers.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
And one thing we know is that across the board in the NBA, attendance is up all over. Franchise values are also at an all-time high. Overseas, the game continues to grow as well.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brad Stevens was giving to his team. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds to every loose ball. We got to wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
And the media deal in play says a lot about the popularity. It's not just broadcast. Fans are showing up as well.
Sellouts were at a record 700 last season, Kevin. The previous record was 676, almost 22 million regular season fans. That's a big number.
Celtics trail by 11. Mudiay kicks to Williams. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch four.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's 12 points for Steph Curry.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
There's a screen by Williams. Drummond with a screen on Gay. Crowder kicks to Mudiay. Wow, through the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. They get Stephen Curry. The thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
Green, the screen. Curry dishes to Towns. And stolen by Williams. Now here's Mudiay, guarded by Curry. It's stolen by Curry. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Now here's Mudiay. Tight defense on him. Drummond a screen. Mudiay kicks to Barton. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. And that one's good.
A big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal. That might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Celtics trail by 7. There's a minute 40 left in the fourth quarter. Barton, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
And really the focus right now is to stay hot. Not much time left to complete this comeback, so they've got to get it done now.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They trail by 5. 1:30 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Moutier. There's 1:26 left to play here in the fourth. It's deflected. Pacers leading by 5, and it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Curry. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're behind by 5. 1:16 left here in the fourth quarter. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Smith. Here's Moutier. And there's the pass to Drummond. Second chance shot. He lays it in. And that's 11 points for Emmanuel Moutier.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here. But maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Here's Curry. And a foul thrown on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, he would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
Here's Boston now. They're on a 14-6 run. Barton kicks to Moutier. Tipped away. Now the Pacers moving it up. Here's Curry with the 3. Inside. And the dunk by Towns.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
Out to the right wing. Crowder kicks to Drummond. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And an intentional foul right there. It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're losing by 7. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeouts late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard.
Allen's shot is off. Outside Curry. Kicks it to Towns. Back to Curry. There's the feed to Lowry. From deep. Off on that one. So it's Indiana picking up the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, it rode.
Thank you.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Stephen Curry.
Well, the team's been struggling lately, and he's been carrying a lot of that pressure. You know, but he had a fire in his belly. He had that laser focus. He was delivering some highlights all throughout this game. Man.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. Is hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. for me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
São Paris, São Paulo, França, Brasil.